Hey, konnichiwa, minasan, it's Gray from Makazashi's tea house over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? Are you poor Peter Parker, like this cover here? If you are, I don't think you are very genki, are you? And if you're reading Spider-Man, oh my god, what can I tell you? I don't think you'll be genki at all. But, surprisingly, there are readers out there who are enjoying it because I've been having a look at some of the reviews before I wanted to, give my thoughts, put them into order. I wanted to see what the general consensus has been. And you know what? I was surprised to see, not a majority, but quite a lot of positive reviews. People saying that they're enjoying the story. Stop focusing on the whole MJ and Peter thing. If you ignore that, it's actually a lot of fun. So I was asking, hey, what have you been drinking? But no, to be fair, this does actually start pretty well. Hey, yeah, this could be a hot take from Gray. Cancel Wakizashi, oh my god. But yeah, it is a very mixed and very strange comic book issue. As I say, after a positive start, a good start, a well-drawn start, believe it or not, John Romita Jr., it kind of goes off the rails. So, before I go off on a Wakizashi waffle, let me give you some of the details. It's Amazing Spider-Man issue 24, legacy number 918. It's written by, believe it or not, unfortunately, Zeb Wells. Yes, he's still on the book and he's not going anywhere. Drawn by John Romita Jr. Now, first of all, have a look at this cover. What do you think? What does this cover say to you? Does Peter look happy? Of course not. Come on, this is Zeb Wells' run. We've got Norman Osborne designing some kind of what I mistook to be a kind of Power Rangers powered Spider-Man suit, but it's not. This is a special suit to travel through dimensions. It's a dimension-ripping suit. And yeah, because Peter, if you've been following this series, he has to get back to MJ, who's been stranded in an alternate universe. And guess who's helping him fix this suit, or guess who's helping him make this suit? That's right, his best mate, Norman Osborne, because, forget about history, forget about what's come before. Him and Peter seem to be getting on really well in here. Okay, so what I'll do, instead of my, regular little mini review and then go into a story summary, I'm just going to go through the story, do it in a kind of stream of consciousness, because I tell you what, my consciousness has been streaming all over the place, especially after last night when I went through The Invisibles by Grant Morrison, issue 1, with Jim from Weird Science Comics, trying to convince Jim that Grant Morrison's not completely bonkers. But that's a story for another day and another video, which I am working on, by the way. So, back to this. Let me get to the recap, and you better hold on to your hats here because this is another long and detailed recap, so I'll try and give you the highlights. Here we go. Peter and his girlfriend MJ were transported to an alternate universe by none other than the mad mathematician Benjamin Rabin. Who's he? I hear you cry. AKA the emissary. Hey, maybe he's a wrestler. As Rabin was about to transcend to godhood using Spider-Man's totem energy, this is what's written here, I'm reading it verbatim, MJ made the hard choice to save Peter instead of herself, and she sent him back to their own dimension on a one-way trip to hell. Oh no, I'm joking. Which left her and a mysterious and rather creepy man named Paul stranded. Back in his home dimension, Peter's trip caused a near nuclear explosion. That's right, he nearly wiped out half of, Pennsylvania? I don't know. Peter learned that while a week had passed in the dimension Rabin had trapped them in, were you with me? Not even a day had passed at home. So, yeah, we get some, crazy time difference going on here. It's a bit like living in Japan and trying to catch people's streams when they're streaming in America. Mamma mia, it's like 14 to 17 hours difference all over the place. But hey, at least I'm in the future and I get to read comic books a little bit earlier if I'm lucky. Can't get physical, though. Knowing time was not on his side, Peter attempted to get the Fantastic Four's help, but when they attempted to ask him a few reasonable questions, he got out of there and was very rude. Then Pete was on the run. Captain America, no less, was the next hero to try and get Spidey to slow down and just basically say, what's been going on? What's happening? What does Spidey do? Headbutts Captain America. I could be exaggerating. No, he sucker punches Cap. He breaks his shield. Harry Houdini's him and Pete's out of there and he's gone. On the way back, he's thinking, well, I've just burned all the bridges with all my friends, so Where else do I turn? Oh, I know. Norman Osborne. I can trust him, right? We open at the Baxter building and it says 1 year ago. And I'm already lost to like what date it is, what time it is, no idea. But hey, it's well past midnight. You can tell that because it's dark in the background. We got Ben Grimm who's heard something. He's heard a noise coming from the lab. Or is it just an excuse so he can go and make a midnight snack? I've got to say I like the art on these opening pages. I like John Romita Jr. drawing the Fantastic Four, especially Ben Grimm. Not quite sure about his Sue Storm. What do you think here? So we have Ben having a bit of a midnight feast, a bit of a sexy sandwich by himself, a bit of a scoff there. And he's surprised by Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Isn't it late for a snack? Oh, I'm not, hey, wait a minute. If you're here, who am I hearing? Then we get the reveal. It's Spider-Man. And he's appearing to steal something. Reed, he's stealing the mini fusion reactor. Shut up. Peter, are you stealing that? So we've got Reed here who's completely amazed. What is Peter doing? Why didn't he just ask? That's what he asks him. It's a reasonable question. Okay, can I have this? It's dangerous. And then Spidey splashes him with some web fluid right in his eyes. He also hits Ben in his hands. What is this stuff? They try and get the computer to lock the building down, but Spider-Man is seen as a friend, not a threat, so it doesn't. They drop a gate and then the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, goes after him. I don't know what you think you're doing, but I've had enough of it. Boom! We get an explosion from the building. Johnny kind of spurted out his flame there. He got a bit too excited by the sound of it. I was just trying to scare him. Spidey? He escaped, didn't he? Oh, God. I think you torched him. Luckily, there's no sign of a smoking spider body, so Johnny's off. He's after him. Then we switch scenes to Peter, and he's in New Jersey, we're told. He's got away from New York, away from prying eyes, but there appear to be prying eyes watching him from a distance. Who could it be with the long hair? Did you get it? It's Norman Osborne, and Peter arrives with the reactor, and we see this rather bizarre looking suit that Norman's working on. As I say, it's a portal dimensional travel suit. Hey, something like that anyway. The quantum cables you borrowed from Stark needed aggressive modification to fit the Planck drive Felicia procured from Moongirl. Mate, I can't even read this. Jesus Christ, what is going on with that dialogue? Norman's basically saying that he wants to run some tests, but Peter, come on, it's Peter. We go now. The idea of the suit is it's going to slam open the way back, slam open a portal because it was closed, it's shut. Norman warns Peter of the risks. He wants him to know it's going to be very dangerous. Peter doesn't care. Let's go. Norman switches it on and we get a rattling sound. And then again, the person spying on them. I wonder who it could be. What are these guys up to? And we see a rather bizarre scene here of Peter looking a bit like a test pilot. Do it, Norman, now! Hit it! Shoo! Oh my God. Peter? And then we see, of course, Miss Marvel, realising that Norman Osborne is in her city. Then we get this page of rather bizarre psychedelic era style art. It looks a bit like what Grant Morrison probably saw when he was trying to channel John Lennon. Peter hurtles between dimensions through end space or whatever it is, and then a strange face appears. You travel to your death. I slaughter you when you arrive. It's Robin. Okay, let me give you a spoiler warning so you can stop now if you don't want to know what happens, where Peter goes, where he appears, well you can probably guess, but if you don't want to know what happens at the end of the issue, please stop watching now, okay? You still here? Okay, let's keep going. Switch scenes again to the alternate dimension and we see Robin looking down on MJ and I guess it's Paul. Looks like he's coughing up a symbiote suit or something. What's going on there? Ooh, very icky. Then, with a zrack, Peter arrives in his suit, takes off the helmet. Get away from her! And he launches an attack at Robin. Robin laughs it off, calling him Sunblood. You can no longer stand against me. But then, in a rather bizarre moment, he hears what he calls a small voice, says he understands, and stabs himself with a blade wherever it was. Is it a dark saber? A Vorpal blade? He drops to the floor, thunk, appearing to be dead. And then Paul turns round. Yes, it's Paul. He's not been consumed by a symbiote. The kids! Peter, is that really you? I'm not sure about MJ's 80s look here, are you, with the headband and the weird hairstyle? Mary Jane. And then we get this 6-panel page here where it pretty much sums up Peter Parker and Mary Jane's relationship from now on. They're happy to see each other, but when Peter goes to try and give her a kiss, she turns away. She doesn't even offer him a cheek. She tells Peter, a lot has changed. Then we hear a voice saying, we should keep moving. The kids are scared. Wait, who are they? Says Peter. They're my family, says MJ. And can I just pause a moment? I'm going to zoom in on the video. What is going on with this little boy's neck? Oh my god, it's really freaking me out. It looks like it's going to drop off his head. Is it made of wood or something? I'm Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. So there you go. What did you think? Okay, at the end here, I just want to read a little bit from the letters page, mainly from Nick Lowe's editorial, because I don't want to read the letters. They're all screaming how amazing this is. He starts off saying, oh, webheads, doesn't your heart just break for Peter? Running short on time this week, so let's just jump right in. Then we get, this is great. Oh my god, Dark Web amazing. This letter, the final one by Nicholas, is basically just saying he's read all of Spider-Man, caught right up to where we're up to, and absolutely adores it, thinks it's amazing. And he believes that we should not reunite MJ and Peter because he thinks it will destroy the universe. There we go. And Nicolo's answer to him is, wow, Nicholas, this is inspiring. We're super impressed over here in the Spider office that you agree with us. No, it doesn't actually say that bit. I made that last bit up. I hadn't thought about the true cataclysmic consequences of our cosmic choices. Nice alliteration. And then he goes on to say, I'm out of time. For the second time. He was talking about no time in the beginning. Is that little dig at Peter's behaviour? Doesn't have time? I think so. Not only do Zeb and Johnny have an incredible tale next issue, we get MJ's side of this story with Zeb and Carr Andrews and a bonus Peter Felicia story by Rainbow Rowell. Okay. And Alvaro Lopez. It's a doozy. What a surprise. It sets up the even doozier ASM 26. Each of these comes out not every 2 weeks, but every 3 weeks as we take advantage of the fact that there are 5 weeks in May to give these creators as much time to keep making these masterpieces. You couldn't make this up, could you? Do you think he actually believes this? Anyway, that's it for my review. As you can tell, I'm a bit tired today. This issue I thought started well, and then it went off the wall, off the rails, all over the place. I'm lost in time. It feels like it was a really fast issue. It was rushed through to the end. And just to give you that, that cliffhanger, which we'd already saw in issue 1. Remember issue 1? It feels like 10 years ago now, doesn't it? So yeah, MJ's got kids. Sounds like the Pauls. They're not Peters as far as we know, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. And the strong favourite is they're going to either kill MJ or Peter in the next couple of issues. What do you reckon? So, thanks so much for watching. This is Gray from Makazashi's Tea House, signing off for the night here and hoping to see you in a future video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Please let me know I'm not going crazy. Mata ne!